Hey guys, now look, in this video, I'm going to flip the script on B2B growth marketing and do something special, something physical, something impossible to ignore. And why I'm saying this, now, let's face it, if you're in B2B marketing, you're especially enterprise, and you're targeting these specific buyers, but they're flooded with, emails, invites to conferences, invites to webinars, private dinners, roundtables. And while these are still valid and have their right place, the question I had myself is now people are actually returning back to work. So direct mail could be a way to really engage and get that, cut through. So in this video, we're going to walk you through a couple of techniques where I can use ChatGPT and a new tool. Well, it's not new, but it's relatively new, called Tripo3D.ai to actually create figurines that you send out to your prospect. So get that cut through. And so what we're going to do today is use those tools and actually build it out. And so you can send it out to your prospects or send it to yourself and write a note and send it to your prospect. But what I'm saying is that this is great for B2B marketers targeting decision makers or sales team trying to sort of chase that enterprise account, right? Or even agencies and SaaS teams trying to break through the noise of so much other SaaS kind of offerings. So let's bring some fun to B2B and let's get to it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we've got to find sort of the headshot of your ISP, right? Either they're from, maybe you've seen them in the webinar, they've been talking, or they've been in a public event or public LinkedIn post, right? So basically anything that's in a domain that is free to some extent news. You want to make it feel personal, but you want to respect them as much as possible. Bonus is you want to find something that is uniquely them, So do some of your research, sort of your persona research. Find out what really they're passionate about. They might be into running, or they might into some type of craft or painting, or maybe they're a gamer, right? So let's just example, in this case, I'm going to use my example, my profile, and I'll walk you through how I can create a figurine based on which my interest recently has been Minecraft after watching the movie. So I'm going to use that as my interest because I mentioned it through a couple of conversations with colleagues, and now I'm going to use that as a way of targeting myself. Anyway, so what we're going to do is now we have our ChatGPT, but we're going to first find our, go to LinkedIn. So this is my profile, as you can see. And what I'm going to do is download my image. Okay, so this is what you'll do. You find your prospect, and obviously they're most likely to have a LinkedIn profile. If not, you can again find out more about them through if they're in a webinar or event that you've seen in the public arena. You want to take that photo and you're going to use it. Okay, so in this case, I've downloaded it. And by the way, just a pro tip, I've used this tool, which is great. It's save image as PNG. It's a great tool. It just quickly, saves it and optimizes it as well. So in this case, I'm going to just save me. And I'm going to just download into I call it Frankie. I'm going to just download, and I already have. So what I'm going to do now the point is, now I've got my image, I need to create a prompt, right? And I've got prompts for you that you can use as well. And that's going to be very important when you engage. So in this case, I'm going to do is go back to ChatGPT, and I'm going to put in my prompt to create an image. Now I found out in this case, you can change this. I'm going to call this image. You can change these prompts to whatever theme that you need. In this case, I'm doing Minecraft because this is just for an example. I'm into Minecraft, so you want to be really personalized. So I'm going to upload my photo that I downloaded from which I called Frankie. I'm going to upload that. So, and by the way, because most of the LinkedIn profiles don't have full figure, there's just profile shots. So what I said is also I want a full figure, ultra realistic Minecraft. Now you can put here runner, whatever theme that you discovered. There might be into painting, so you want to capture that moment, capture their theme, so it's really personalized, both the photo, but also you really understand them because you want to get to the next level, right? Without being creepy in any way. Okay, so I'm going to send that through. Okay, and this is going to take a few minutes. So I'm going to pause and come back to you. 1 second. All right, so it's loaded. This is pretty cool. So this is why I've said that full figure, because now it's captured my profile and it's in transparent. So this is great for uploading it to Tripo, which we'll do soon. Now you can one thing to know, you can also add in your, since you're here, I would also encourage you to add in your prompts for your direct mail. So you can handwrite this, or you can write it. And you can actually, pro tip again, put a barcode or a QR code, I should say, that they can scan. You can put in a scan, and that takes you to your Calendly or some type of calendar link or landing page, where you can explain even further your value proposition or what your call to action. So in this case, I'm going to craft also, again, these prompts are all available, and craft a new message that aligns to this. So if I put here, act as a witty, professional B2B writer, write a short, clever note to include a direct mail of this figurine. We're going to let that run. Now, again, you can include it you can include that person. So meet your bloggers fan. That's great. We've been standing out literally to get your attention. We know B2B reach is robotic, so we built something more humanized. So it's great. And see, you can here, you can actually add in your calendar link, or or your QR code. You can add it into the message, or you can actually update this prompt, say add in a space for a QR code. So when you upload a Tripo, you have the QR code there. Now, so we got this. Okay. Now you can also, if you wanted to, do a prompt where you're saying that this is more for you're targeting that person, but you might say that if I go back here, you can say here, write a witty or short, clever note to include from me. So this will be you're setting a figurine from you, so you can upload that if you wanted to. So you don't want to send that figurine of themselves. In this case here, you can see here, I sent you a mini-me. Please ignore the emails because emails are easy to ignore. Great, and then again, you have your bolder message, and you can add this to your value proposition if you want. And then the final thing is a QR code or link, QR code to a landing page, or to directly have a link to your Calendly, or if you're using HubSpot. HubSpot has this calendar. If you're in sales team, of course, in Google has a calendar you can add to. Okay, I like that. I like this as well. You're right. See you in real life, but less blocky. Great. Because the key here you can see is witty but professional. Okay. So now we have our message. We have our image that we're going to upload. And so now what we're going to do is transition into Tripo. So this is the URL. So Tripo3D. 3D.ai, and we're going to go into that. You can run these for free, so that you can start for free, and I've been using it for free. So there's here's some examples of ones I've done, just to play around, and I've uploaded already my previous one, so you can see this. Let's just dive into this one, right? So I'll go into this a little bit more, and oh no, one second, back here. Dive into this, okay. And if you wanted to, let's go back here. Go up here, go up here. So you just literally would drag that image. Okay, you drag your image. Sorry, not that one. No, drag the one that you just created from ChatGPT. Okay, so that's your image that you drag. It looks like actually George Michael a little bit, eh? Anyway, so you upload that. It takes a few minutes to create, but it's amazing. So here's a vision. Here's the George Michael. And he ever gave me a ponytail. So let's just zoom in. He gave me a ponytail as well. So imagine this, you with your message, if you're sending it for yourself, like, hey, this is meeting me in block form, but I'd love to meet you in real life form. Or you can send it if you upload the prospect that you're targeting, their interests, and so there'll be some kind of other theme, right? If they're into sports, there'll be somebody running, want to run with you, literally, or figuratively. So this is a great example of just, again, engagement. So now what we're going to do, and actually, you can actually go in to have options to print it. So if I go here, now you can print it as a magnet. So you can, again, all of these, you can have a really great hook, something that you can stick with me. So you can have a clue, something around stick with me. You can, again, you go back to ChatGPT or Claude to frame that, or to craft a message that is aligned to that. Hey, it's a fridge magnet. Okay, so you can do that, or you can say keychain. So let's just do that. For example, let's go here. Create. Let's just go back here. A witty message, figurine. Okay, of me. In a key chain from me. Okay, let's see what it says there. Well, my point here is that you can actually personalize it and be witty from that. So I thought this is great. I thought you had a hand in the keys for better growth. A little chain key makes you smile. Imagine locked together, no bars, no fluff, just practical strategy to scale with confidence. Okay, great. Okay, again, you can, if you were to go back to here and say, hey, just make me, where are we? Yeah, a fridge magnet. Okay, so again, go back here, go back to ChatGPT. So what I'm trying to say is, actually, what's this one here? Let's do this one. What's this one? Go back. It's a bit. Oh yeah, a keycap. Okay, let's just see what. Go back here. Again, you can customize this of a key cap. Okay, let's run that. This is great. Okay, you've got the keys. Now we've got the cap. Consider a gentle nudge every time I enter. Reminder: the bold moves of ambitious teams unlock international growth, sharpen. So this is the value proposition I'm probably trying to target, right? It's all about growth and stuff. These are great. So my point here is you can personalize it to the whatever sort of gift you want to try to do. Now, most important is you see up here is the URL. So make sure that you copy this when you go into, say, let's just say I'm going to select the magnet. Okay, you can have two options, continue. Now, when you go continue, it will take you to the sort of a Shopify, right? But it's important here that you paste in the link. So what happens, because sometimes it doesn't come out here. So in this case, it's picked up, you're picking up the fridge magnet. But if you go here, sometimes it misses it. So just a pro tip again, just be careful when you is adding the model URL or link, okay? And then when you do that, you can see it there in your payout. Now, with this, you can actually send it directly to them, or you can send it to yourself with a note that you want to send out to that person. So you can write that note or type it up and have a QR code. It's up to you. If you're, for example, in your modeling, if you add in a model here where this trophy or cap, right? So let's look at that, right? Down here, if you zoom in, okay, there, you can actually say, you can actually put it like a QR code on that, right? So this way there's and QR code me. And you can do that as a technique. Okay, so now we've got our messages for outbound. We've got our figurine, so we can just purchase that and then send it to either to ourselves right here, okay, and check that out and send it to ourselves or to the prospect themselves. The next phase is this. So the next phase is really around you just packaging it up in a nice box, print it out with a message with your QR code, you add your Calendly link, redirect them to a landing page, even send them to your LinkedIn profile, okay? So the whole idea is for you to get that cut through in physical direct mail. So why does this work? Well, it's physical. Now, we're enough with the digital, although it works and has its place and it's more scalable. This is when you're targeting an ISP, that a decision maker or key decision maker that is really important, that you want to engage and get that buy-in and build that brand awareness for yourself. It's really personal as well. So either you're going to use yourself as a figurine or the person in interest that you want to, connect them. It reflects on them, not just on the brand. So it's a much more of a personal way to make that personal connection about you knowing them. So you've done some research because you've prompted it in the engineering of the figurine that captures the level of interest, whatever I said, if they're into running, sports, or gaming like Minecraft, right? And it's really playful. So, and also you're adding a little bit of value here. If the keychain, for example, they can use it. It's of themselves, and for like a keychain that costs, I don't know, $7 US. It's nothing if the average deal size is significant, and hopefully they might even share it around, so you get that bit of a viral element of it. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Today's video was really about how you can cut through the webinars, the digital marketing aspect, and do a physical by using ChatGPT and Tripo to create really great engagement, physical direct mail engagement to your prospects. And B2B marketing is hard, and so finding a way to get that cut through is going to be more important, especially now we're returning back into your office. By the way, I didn't say, when you put in your address, just so you know, you can put it to your address and send it out, but you might be asking, well, how do I find out my prospect's address? I encourage you to send it to their office, because most of the people are returning back to the office, and so they'll get it there, and it's a great way for them to share amongst their colleagues in the office as well. Okay, well, like always, if you like this video, subscribe, follow, and I appreciate you listening you get to this far. Thanks, guys. Bye.